The Tortoise and the Baglama. The first time I ever saw a baglama, it was over 25 years ago. I was in a quiet room of the Greek Folk Instrument Museum, a humble but magnificent museum in the Plaka area of Athens. The baglama was made out of tortoise shell. Though small and silent, in my mind's eye it instantly took on mythical proportions. A baglama is pear-shaped. It's a 7-string instrument found in various cultures around the Eastern Mediterranean. It looks like a mini version of a bouzouki, pitched an octave higher. It has character and brings such a gorgeous sound amongst more sophisticated strings. It often accompanies its big brother in rebetiko music, Greek blues, giving a vibrato sound to the compositions. The Tortoise and the Baglama was a painting from my Brush with the Blues art exhibition, which had paintings and sculptures inspired by the history, culture and music of the Greek blues. The first artwork I created for the show was a painting titled Float. It represented Asia Minor, where the music began. The inferno of the Zmidni catastrophe is depicted in the background, and in the foreground there is someone playing what at first glance looks like a violin, but quickly you realise he's holding a swordfish. This was a metaphor for the bitter, dire circumstances under which the musical influences of the rebetiko music came across to the west, to the shores of Greece, and in particular its urban centres. So when it came to start my second painting, I began by standing in front of a canvas that I'd spontaneously brushed with a sea of deep green-blue paint. Remembering that in the first painting, Float, a swordfish had served as a symbol for a violin, I knew it was timely to depict an actual musical instrument. It was then, from within the stains of colour, that the baglama from behind the glass display of the museum suddenly came forth with sharp clarity. This painting notes that the baglama has reached as far as Australia, far from its origins and the spirit in which it was initially played. In Greece, it found a new home, in the underground, played by refugees and outcasts. In defiance and out of necessity, its size helping musicians conceal it from the authorities and other potentially hostile eyes, like a tortoise retreating for protection inside its shell. The baglama migrated from east to west, then back towards the east. It had always travelled long distances and lived in different countries and cultures, amidst changed circumstances, but always with its characteristic sound. The two birds in the top left and right corners of the painting suggest the crossover from Greece to Australia. The dove holds a musical note, the magpie an olive branch. The magpie flies towards the west and the dove towards the east. Merging, exchanges, cycles. A tortoise represents, amongst other things, resilience and longevity. Far from home and home wherever it goes.